I've been losing direction. I need your intervention. Please, please. I'm too loyal for this loyalty. I'm too loyal for this loyalty. I'm too loyal for this loyalty. I'm too loyal, I'm too loyal, I'm too loyal for this. Lose myself and put a boy over me. Trust some friends and watch him turn enemies. I go all up to everybody. Me now have nothing left in me. Another boy that might have to somebody. I've been feeling kind of frail tonight and I don't think I can manage. I've been losing direction. I need your intervention. Please, please. I'm too loyal for this loyalty. I'm too loyal for this loyalty. I'm too loyal for this loyalty. I'm too loyal, I'm too loyal, I'm too loyal for this. Lose myself and put a boy over me. Trust some friends and watch him turn enemies. I go all up to everybody. Me now have nothing left in me. Another boy could take my heart for granted. With me emotions, if me no unwanted. To even trust some so-called family. My heart's been kinda cold lately. All this emotion and pain with me up on my sleeve. Should I put it in a safe? Swear to God, me too brave. I put way too much faith in the people with fear. So many times my heart breaks. I'm in my mic for jail. I'm not ever make a waste one hurt me again. I'm not ever make a bump hurt me again. Tired of the pain, we are crying in the rain, trying to hide my tears. Tired of trying to solve it up even no care. Tired of being only been a holy fear. So better beware. Cause our heart can't take so much no more before it explodes. And it's just too good for you. Just no. It's just too good for you. Just too loyal. Just too good for you. Just too good for you. Different.
Good evening, Michelle. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just singing. Okay, bye.
Different girl. Different. A real hot girl me a talk about. Good as some birds, you know all about. A girl a talk color, she no know about me. You know see God a show a blessing upon me. Remember me tell her something different. Full of class, I'm a magnificent. Can't judge me for the past. My scars are no flaws. Far as I can see. Beauty. Beautiful. You're beauty. So beautiful. Girl, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beauty. Remember, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You wear a smile anywhere you go. Them wonder how you do it through the doors. The roughest and the toughest time, yes, girl, and you. No matter what them say, you know you're not giving up. Them kind of freak and thief, yeah. But you beat and teach them. Them never expect you, girl, to stand solid and firm, yeah. Beauty, girl, you're beautiful. Yes, you're beauty. So beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. Remember, you're beautiful. You're beautiful.
In life, careful of the people you're surrounded by. And everybody you can trust.
January 9th, we are in Connecticut. Yeah, I'm going to Connecticut.
And they say I'm not good, I'm saying I'm a fool. They say that I couldn't make it. I've been through the fire, fighting with fire, but now look at greatness.
My struggles, you don't know my
do this, girl. Forget you, and you do. 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 I got houses and cars in 2 different parts of the world. Who know me knows I've been used and abused, but I'm not gonna lose. And yes, God knows the truth. My millions are plenty, I'm not friendly. My enemies, please stay far. I'm top of my game, I don't care about fame. Just shooting for the stars. Forget you, and you do. 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 They don't know. They don't know how the story goes.
But them want to kill you when your glory comes. Oh God, lift me up and shame my enemies. January 9th, people. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi. January 9th. Yeah. When you should have left long time. January 9th, I am in Connecticut for Working Girl. Vanessa Bling, Ikea, and Frostman. This is going to be really dope, really dope, really dope. The ladies are doing something great, but you guys will find out about it. January 9th, I'm Michelle G. I'm here. Hi, everybody.
But them want me when the glory comes. Oh God, lift me up and shame my enemies. Oh God, lift me up and shame my enemies. You spotted some people you should have made. Stay too long when you should have left them. Every thought equal to an extent. Cause when you're too genuine, you no get help. I'm not selfish, but me start prefer myself. Cause nowadays enemies not wicked like best friends. The people where you do the most for, and them give you the less strength. Make that make sense. If you want no miracle, look on everything where does it do. Then look for me and ask how me still a go. The mouth of fight them find me. I'm still win every battle a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. The mouth of fight them find me. I'm still a win. My tears are no water. My prayers are no words. My God, I go once to come of it is a verb. And you gon' watch me rise above. And get every single thing me deserve. Cause me a come from hard life, me no know nursery. God alone my call when me hungry and thirsty. When you have a clean heart, people do you dirty. True meaning not determined, you know better go research. If you want no miracle, look on everything where does it do. Then look for me and ask how me still a go. Them out of fight, them find me. And me still with every buckle a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. The more I fight them find me. I'm still a win. Time after time I find myself going back no matter how much them hurt me. For a while I feel more would I stop, but that's a part of my journey. I give them me heart, but you keep my soul. Them treat me like me no worthy. But if Father God bless me, no can't curse if you want no miracle. Look on everything where does it do. Then look for me and ask how me still a go. The mouth of fight them find me. And me still win every battle a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. I'm a walking miracle. The mouth of fight them find me. And me still a win. Carry your own. Yeah. I know you love me sound, I know you love me flow, I know you love it when me sit up on the rhythm more. I miss a trend, I me no follow crowd. I know you wanna be me, but that's a no. Them girl they a leech and we know that. But I come on, them a brief rod. Can't find a Amelia and she that. Plants and a cup and she a idiot. Watch me flow up on the rhythm slowly. Man, I run me down the more they know me. Say me sweeter than nectar in a honey. But me tell them say me busy counting money. The G-Wagon when me drive off of me. When me squeeze the range, them no see me. Different bank accounts in different currencies.
but them a hype out, that not new to me. Them girl they a bleach and we know that. But a man them a brief rat. Can't find a Amelia a she that. A plant and a cup of she a idiot. Them girl they a bleach and we know that. But a man them a brief rat. Can't find a Amelia a she that. A plant and a cup of she a idiot.
Yeah, with the fix, Michelle G. Good evening, good morning. Wherever you are in the world, I am live. I'm gonna have a nice conversation today. This beautiful young lady. I've known her for a lot of years now, and she is an amazing attorney in Jamaica. And I wanted to talk to her today because, Hurricane Melissa passed through Jamaica. And, there's been a lot of conversations around what's happening, what the government is doing, what the government is not doing, and all of those things. And this amazing young lady, Miss Venice Williams, she wrote an article, and I was on social media and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. We could have this conversation. So she agreed to join me tonight. So I'm about to add her to the live. Okay?
You know, boy, can't ring you wrong. Yeah. I know you love me so.
Hi,
Hi,
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Now that you're here, I like the titles. The titles is titling. I like them. So, as I said, guys, I saw this article in the Jamaica Observer. I think it was maybe 2 days ago or so, and I wanted to have this conversation, because if you're living under a rock, you know that Hurricane Melissa did hit Jamaica, and there's a lot of conversations are happening. There's a lot of people who have been donating and doing what they needed to do to help people in Jamaica that's affected by Hurricane Melissa. But when I saw this article, I'm like, I need to have this conversation. And Venice, just tell everybody who you are, and what it is that you do.
Okay. So I'm Venice Williams. I'm a corporate commercial attorney specialized in real estate, estate law, and banking. And I have my own law firm. It's a Jamaican law firm that is Lewis Smith Williams and Company, and it's a full house law firm without us practicing criminal law.
Okay. And this is located in Jamaica, right?
Yeah, Kingston, Jamaica.
Kingston, Jamaica. Now, you just mentioned that you have your own law firm. Kudos to you, okay? Kudos to you. How long have you had your own law firm now?
17 years.
Wow. So how long have you been practicing law?
18 years.
18 years you've been, so you know what you're talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
She knows what she's talking about. So you wrote this article in the Jamaica Observer. First of all, I want to ask you, what propelled you to even write this article?
Okay, so when I initially experienced the hurricane and saw the devastation, when I returned home, because no, I wasn't in Jamaica when it happened. I returned home like 2 days after it happened. It was really, really bad. But then as the days progresses, I notice that persons on social media is expressing their lack of food supply, aid, whatever the case may be. And so the government start to express to people, we need you to put money in this fund. We're trying to get money to help the people. And so from that, there was a spring off of celebrities, our own celebrities,
Yes.
Sean Paul, Shaggy, you name it. And then we have our influencers, social media influencers who jump in and started to donate to the different people. And as the word spread, and CNN was here, and Fox News and ABC, the world heard what happened to us, and we
Yeah.
were hurting, right? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I guess because everybody loved Jamaica, they started donating. And so the information, because it's social media era, the information is just out there.
Right.
And you have many people who are not au fait with government running and how things are handled, have their own opinion
Right.
about what is going on with the donated aid. And
Okay.
so I felt the urge to kind of, help them to understand what this is, and that when you hear that the US give $22 million US
Mm.
dollars in aid, is not a direct deposit into the government's treasury. It is, the aid comes in different form. So for example, a country may say, I'm giving 22 million US dollars to Jamaica, but
Okay.
this means that we're sending equipment, the
Mm.
equipment value, 7 million US dollars. We're
Okay.
sending hospital supplies, this value, 14 million US dollars, and there's a balance of 5 million US dollars for food, which
Mm.
we're going to allow you to purchase the food on behalf of the people as the need arises. And so that is why I decided to write the article, to kind of educate them as to how it actually works.
Okay. So for the people that, because I was one of those people where I'm like, oh my God, like what is the government doing? What is the government doing? In order to assist folks, because my dad lives in Jamaica. I have people in Jamaica that I was literally really, really worried about. And I was just one of those people myself who was like, well, if they're getting all of this money, again, the money word, not
Yes,
understanding that there's other things involved besides the money that is coming in to the country, the island. So
right.
if the government is saying, okay, if the US is saying we're giving you 22 point some billion dollars, right? Not all of that is cash,
That's
as you're
correct.
saying,
That's
right?
correct.
A lot of it comes from different aid, different medical stuff, and all of those things. So, why do you think that people were missing that part of it? Or do you think that the information wasn't getting across properly? Or are we just like, whatever, we don't care? We just hear money and we're like,
It's
it should
it's a
okay.
it's a it's a combination of everything that you have just expressed,
Mhm.
because the truth is we have never experienced anything like this before. One, two, we have never gotten this type of response as it relates to
Yeah.
aid before. And
Yes.
so the money, when we had the other hurricanes, social media was not as prevalent. So the government would get these monies, but it wasn't communicated to the wider community. And so people would not have heard about it. But now everything is real time. So people hear money and them like, what? The government get all of them money, and we not see them a do nothing, and them now do not now. What am I do with the money? So it's it's very important for them to understand that the the delay,
Mm.
what they're experiencing, have to do with the government bureaucracy, aka the red tape, the
Okay.
policies. So when the things come to the airport, Michelle,
Hmm.
Dr. Michelle, when it comes to the airport, they have to check it off.
Mm.
They have to decide where to store what,
Hmm.
while people is in Western Jamaica dying for water and food.
Yeah.
Now somebody will ask, so why them not just go give it to them?
Right.
Okay, so the reason why they don't want to just give it to them, because 5 years later will be a next government election. And you're
Mm.
gonna hear that the now administration did
That's
not account properly for the
mhm.
aid received. And then
Okay.
you're gonna hear that them and them friend eat up the aid money. And so what the Andrew administration is trying to do is to go through the process of accounting before distribution, which is
Okay.
not helping them
Okay.
because people are like, this is taking too
Too
long.
long. Too long. Too long. How
Yeah.
long, from your knowledge, and how long does that process take, right? Because Hurricane Melissa hit when? When was that? October?
The 28th, I
Of
believe. Yeah.
October, right? So it's been a month and couple of
Yes.
days, a month and
Right.
couple of days, right? So there are other celebrities and influencers and yourself. Kudos to you as well for, doing what you guys did with Ashley. Your sister, myself, my other friends, all of us have just been trying our best to donate and send things down. So people are looking like, well, how long is this going to take? Because was taking so long. Like, if you know this is a natural disaster, you should have been prepared, because these are the conversations that a lot of people are having. You should have been prepared to know where to allocate, what to do, like a week after you saw the areas that were damaged and all of that kind of stuff. What is taking so long?
Okay, so we have to understand that people are very anxious,
Hmm.
but we have to accept that it was a category 5 hurricane.
Right,
That's one.
right.
Two is a lot of lines, electric lines were down, trees were
Hmm.
down, and
Hmm.
so there was a logistic issue, right?
Okay,
There
okay.
was damage to infrastructure, the access, security issues, outdated delivery and storage system that we had to struggle through.
Mhm.
And so the administration, I would say, for the first 2 weeks, kind of struggle in
Mhm.
maneuvering the clearing of the roads and stuff like that. So what happened in that time because of their bureaucracy?
Mm.
So let me give you an example.
Okay.
Andrew Holness went to Westmoreland first.
Okay.
They told him we're turning back because there are live wires on the
Mm.
ground.
Okay.
Okay? All
Okay.
right. You as an influencer, you now have no information about what's going on. You
Right.
jump in your car, pack up with food, and you brave it
Oh,
through and
yeah.
end up in Westmoreland. And so the
Right.
people are saying, how come Michelle get there before the government? Because the government is ensuring that they don't put other people's lives at risk.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so JDF, JCF will not go into an area unless the Jamaica Public Service say, yes,
It's
everything is good, all the live wires are off the ground, the trees are cleared, you can go in now. So that caused two different outlook on what was happening in the space.
definitely, definitely. I mean, this was and still is a trying time for a lot of people, right? And you mentioned, of course, the outdated systems and all of these other things. What has happened, if you know, what has happened since Melissa went to Jamaica? What has happened since then to try to change a lot of these outdated systems and the paperwork, and you got to go do paperwork instead of computerized systems and all of that? Like, has anything changed? So in the event
Yes,
something
yes.
happens again.
So what has changed is that because of the confusion on the ground as to persons are still saying, hey, we over here have not received anything, the government has recently, since I think 2 days on Monday,
Okay.
announced that they will now issue vouchers, um, and it may move into a card system, like a EBT card system,
Right,
where
right.
persons will be able to go to the shops in their community to
Mm.
purchase what they need. They have
Okay.
also indicated that they're moving away from giving food supply. to now move into rebuild back Jamaica.
Okay.
So they have this drive now where they're trying to get back the small businesses up and running. So the shops in the community, border where they sell the fish and the shrimp, they're trying to rebuild those areas so the community can start coming alive. They will also be giving grants to persons who contribute to NHT, National Housing Trust. So if you or a family member lose a roof, you can get $500,000 without paying back that to
Okay.
assist you to get your roof back on. Now,
Okay.
if you live into something that is a little bit more than that, then they also have $3.5 million loan at 2% interest for persons to get their roof and house back in order. So they have that. They will also have other vouchers given out as the time progresses. Yeah.
So with the EBT type of card, and you said this happened on Monday, I think you said, right?
Yeah, they said voucher.
Vouchers.
Food
Okay.
vouchers. Yeah.
Are all of the shops and every business place ready to do what this measure is? Because living in America, of course, there's food stamps where you get the card and you go or whatever, and the supermarkets and everywhere knows how to process all of this stuff. Have they prepared for those glitches or those types of things that may come up?
Well, I hope they are. I'm not sure. All of this that we're doing is a test system,
That's
and
it. Right.
it also have a lot to do with us being honest as a people,
Mhm.
and we do struggle with things like that. So, for example, if I receive a card for $10,000 to go to the shop in my community to purchase, that we don't duplicate the vouchers and
Ooh.
stuff like that. Things
Mm.
like that will cause the system not to work, because once you implement something and they find that there is a problem, then the red tape, they put
Right.
something else in place to make it 10 times harder. So
Yeah.
those are things that I've noticed. They too have also spoke about container homes, that
Mm.
they will try and see if they can donate and or provide container homes for persons who have lost their homes in its entirety.
Okay.
So that is also something that the government is looking at.
Okay. Now I know I saw, now that you mentioned the container homes, I saw where a man was saying that that should not be a long-term plan for Jamaica.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw the article as well from the Builders Association,
Yes.
but I think sometimes when we speak, we don't actually think about the big picture. And in the Western community, if you really want to be honest, Michelle,
Mhm.
most of those homes were board homes, right?
Wow.
With zinc
Wow.
roofing,
Right.
which
Right.
means that those people cannot afford concrete houses. So if
Okay.
it is that we're going to talk about what is more long term, we
Mhm.
have to look at the people who we're addressing. Can these people afford to purchase a
Mm.
concrete home? And are they working? Are they paying money towards the NHT? Because
Mm.
not all of them will be getting a
Mm.
home. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
we'll also have to look at the dynamics of the people who we are serving. Can they afford it? So it comes down to cost and affordability.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot to process. But the immediacy of food, water, electricity, those types of things a lot of times, and you know, we're human. When things happen to us, we're like, okay, I need this right now. Sitting waiting for it is where, you know, people are getting frustrated. And I saw that the prime minister basically said that, you know, he don't want his country to be seen as a country that's impoverished, where people are just like on the street looking like they're begging for these care packages. You know, he feels strongly about that. And in speaking to a lot of people that I know that are in Jamaica that did experience this hurricane, they're also saying that that's the harsh part to see, that their own people are on the streets begging and all of these types of things. And what we're seeing here in the US is not what's really happening in Jamaica. Like, you literally have to be there to understand what people are going through.
Yeah, it is really bad. It is very, very bad. However, just an observation when I went down, there are people there who literally are going around. So you'll find somebody, they come and they collect from you. And when the truck moves off with goods, they follow the truck to the next location and they collect again. And so that is also one of the issues that I know, the dishonesty in not allowing the other persons to be able to benefit who are in need. Another problem that the government is facing is that the lack of communication between the persons who are helping, which would be like me, other people, social media people, and not communicating with the government that, hey, we're going to be in this community. So now there's an overlap.
Okay.
There's an overlap in distribution. So you will hear on social media, this community them always a get. That is because there is not a central point where people would log information as to where they are going today. You know what I mean?
So is that conversation being put out on social media? Because again, a lot of the bloggers on social media, this information is not being told, right? They are basically getting secondhand information. They're running with it. They're saying whatever they're saying, and no one is like willing to have these types of conversations as to say, hey guys, like we need a central spot, you know, like to the Romishes and everybody else, like we know that you're helping this spot, that spot, but we need to make sure that the spots that need it get it, but don't keep going to this same particular spot just because this is the spot that you can reach. What about the other places? So those conversations are not conversations that are happening. And I feel as though it's not even the people's fault, is that, like you said, the people who are giving have to now tune into the government and say, hey, this is a pen and paper type of system right now. So you went to Kingston. All right. Then you go over to Ochi and all of these types of things so that it distributes evenly.
Or they could have a computer system where you could, log on to see where distribution will be today and stuff like that. So, I mean, that is one of the things that I noted. Also, where you have communities like Minister Floyd Green, he's a young minister, very au fait with social media. So his St. Elizabeth was the first highlight. And everybody's like, oh my God, look at St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth is getting all the attention.
Right.
Now you have areas like St. Anne that is mash up and house, Cane Valley that is underwater. You can only see the roof. You have places in Falmouth that, no people barely going. So it really requires more communication to the wider public as to what is actually going on.
So as one of the attorneys in Jamaica and someone who, is on the ground there, someone who's familiar with the government, have you presented these ideas to them? Like, is any of those things happening?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So because that's the advocacy part of it. And I know that, because people always say to me, "Oh, Michelle, you got to be careful when it comes to politics in Jamaica, da 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 da." Da." But at the end of the day, like, it's not about being careful right now, right? It's people need help. People need help, right? So opening up and having a voice and saying da 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 shouldn't be a disservice to the nation that is currently struggling right now.
Right.
You
I
know,
agree.
I saw, Barbados prime minister, the president of Guyana, everybody is just pitching in to this beautiful island because there's a need. And the need
It's
is
great.
it's
So people are hearing about the figures and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, the government gets so much money." But you see, Michelle, if you should touch the ground and see how the roads them broke way, like literally shift, break
mm,
away.
mm,
It's gonna take a lot to put all of these
mm,
roads back together.
mm,
It's going to take a lot to put the schools back together, police station, court offices. I mean, and it's all over. The police stations are all roofless. The
mm.
courthouses are roofless. The
Wow.
schools are roofless. And so it's going to take a lot to put schools back together and those infrastructure.
So the infrastructure part of it, right? That I wanted to have the conversation about. And as a real estate attorney, what do you see as the best plan when it comes to the infrastructure for Jamaica at this point?
Okay, so I literally wrote an article today on boundaries, right? So my first observation as a real estate attorney is like, oh my gosh, all the markings that the grandfathers, your ancestors would say,
It's
boy,
gone.
that's your land start from that mango tree to that guava tree is gone. And
Yeah.
so, and the grave markings, some graves are
Mhm.
removed. And so I'm like, how is it that I can educate the people as to prevent disputes, because it will happen because there
Yes.
are no markings. And so
Yes.
that's my first thought process. How do you ensure that you restore boundaries, that you know where your land starts and where it stops? That's
Mhm.
one. Two is, based on how flat the area is now, I
Mhm.
personally think that the government should be in dialogue with like a Wiccan, a Gore, um, Chemtech, those huge development companies, to look at building out 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom houses, and see how best they can change the landscape of the zinc and board houses. I know that it makes the place look and feel authentic, um,
Mhm.
but not all of it must be repaired and restored back to that form of building.
I absolutely love that you said that, right? Because when you look at a lot of the videos on social media where people are showing their houses, it's like foam. It's basically like foam walls, and the roof is zinc, and I'm like, but we are in 2025, and I know that building materials are expensive, right? Do they have any plans on reducing the price of these building materials so that folks can rebuild properly?
Well, what I've seen only for Black Friday is like Dunn's Electrical. I see where they have packaged like 5 length of board, 15 length of zinc, this cement, stuff like that, nail, and they package it and say that this package is like for example, I'm gonna give you your money, 300 US dollars. So
Okay.
if you want, you could donate a package with board,
Mm,
zinc, nail, and stuff like that to someone to build. But the problem is, they're going to build back what they had. So I
yeah.
feel like the government is to step in under the National Housing Trust umbrella and
Mhm.
have the major developers come in and build low income homes that they can afford to buy. And who cannot afford to buy, they can rebuild back what they had. But it cannot be that the whole place is zinc and board.
It's
You know what I mean? Yeah.
it's not conducive to anybody's life at this point. It and it's I was having a conversation with someone and I'm like, I'm so amazed that we're in 2025, right? And the affordability of owning a home, right? This is my property and that type of stuff. Even here in the US, this stuff is very expensive, right? You build your home and this hurricane came and just wiped it out and you have nothing left, right? And you're
Mhm.
sitting wondering, what's my next step? I have no job, I can't afford any of these things. What do I do now? So I know you brought up the fact that the government is now talking about rebuilding Jamaica at this point and they're offering vouchers. Does the housing, is there anything like Section 8 type of housing in Jamaica or
No, we
no?
don't have that. No, we don't
Okay.
have that social security benefit.
Okay. Are they having any of those conversations right now in the manner of looking at the US, looking at other places that do these things to say, okay, Susie can't afford to rebuild her home, but we can give her a certain amount of money to help her do this and keep it
So,
moving.
so one of the things that I thought about in that scenario is that you could rent to own. So if the government could get those developers under the provided through the National Housing Trust, that they would build out communities and
Mm,
people like those would be able to rent to own.
mm.
That is the best way that I see it could happen.
Yeah. Under construction is saying that Jamaica will be building back for a very long time.
Yeah.
As a real estate attorney, did they give you guys like any length of time that all of this is gonna take?
It's
Did,
it's we are resilient. I'm sure we're gonna start building. I think within the next 2 years we should see some improvement, but it's gonna take a long time.
now being a real estate attorney, what has this done for your business, your firm and all of that? Like how has Hurricane Melissa affected you?
Well, I'm in Kingston, and
Okay.
so when you get to parts of St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and parts of Clarendon is almost like nothing happened. It's
Okay.
functioning, everything is fine, people moving, party still keeping,
We
everything
saw.
is still going on. So I haven't had any issues. Maybe
Mhm.
attorneys who are located in those parishes would be affected, but no, I'm fine.
Okay, good. Have you, have as a real estate attorney, and for those folks who are affected by this, have you guys had any meetings, like had any conversations about, helping with the building process, giving ideas to the government and any of those things?
Not yet, no. Because we're trying to wait to see what the government will roll out. So
Okay.
far, they have rolled out two packages, which is what we spoke about, the 500,000, which is very good, and
Mm-hmm.
the 3.5 million, which is also very good. If you're getting a loan at an institution, you're looking at 9%, and they're
Mm,
giving you at 2%,
okay.
3.5 million. So that is very good. That will take somebody a very far way. So I'm waiting to see what they will come with. As it
Mm,
relates to the rebuilding, I'm going to say that they should really look at engaging a Gore, a Wiccan, Chemtech, those big construction company to see if they could provide low income homes and
Mhm.
to look at rent to own.
Okay. Now, as an attorney, and you mentioned about, the boundaries of land, and all of that. Have people started coming to you guys and being like, well, because the issues will come where it's like, okay, this is settling, and it's settled now. The markings of my property, I can't find it. The next person might be like, well, this is my property, and all of that. How are you guys planning to deal with all of that?
Well, I'm ready to tell you that there will be a lot of dispute, but currently nobody's thinking about that. To be
Okay.
honest, nobody
Okay.
brain is there. Maybe I'm not. Maybe in January, February or
Mhm.
so when the dust settles. But for now, there's no conversation as to that. But I
Mhm.
can tell you there will be a whole heap of dispute because I know that people in the rural areas mark land using trees
Wow.
and graves.
What? Okay. So what's now, as a real estate attorney, right? Because now we're looking at change, right? Now we're looking at change. What do you suggest now to folks when they start to remark their land? Like, what should they be
So,
doing?
in my article, I did tell them that they need to consult with a land surveyor,
Mm.
a registered land surveyor, to peg their land. And that is a metal marking that is drived into the ground to mark where your land starts and ends. So that's the first thing that they need to do. But
Wow.
but I can tell you this, a lot of the people there is not their land. So that is another problem. It's not theirs.
Oh
So
my
so
goodness.
so let me explain to you. A lot of them are on lease lands for the government. They're government land that they're on. Two,
Okay.
they're on land that grandfather own, leave it for mother, mother dead, mother have children, but the person who is there is not really the child of the mother. There's a lot of those things happening on the ground. So as it relates to when time come around to help, I don't even know how they're going to be able to verify that this is mine.
Yeah, because again, people lost paperwork. They lost a lot of things in this hurricane. I mean, this is literally an eye opener, I would say, for not only Jamaica but for every Caribbean island that have zinc roofs and wood houses and all of these other things. Unfortunately, Jamaica was the place that showed the world, hey, the infrastructure needs to be a little bit different. Now, like, you need to have solid foundations on your houses and all of those things, so that when things like these happen, you may lose a pole, but you're not going to lose, your
Yeah, yeah,
whole home.
right. Yeah.
This is definitely a lot. It's been a lot. And you weren't there when it happened, but when you went and you saw what was happening, what made you guys, yourself and Ashley and your team, what made you guys decide that you're going to jump in and just give back at this point?
Well, when I saw the social media clippings, the first thing that jolted me was Holland Bamboo. To see how that whole area was just dead, like there's no life in the trees. That it was so bad, and the flooding and the different reports of people sleeping outside and getting wet, and they
Wow.
have baby and people pregnant and they can't get to the hospital, and it was just, I'm like, guys, I made I made 7 phone calls to
Hmm.
7 friends, and everybody said, sure, no problem. I wasn't expecting a container, but when everybody saw what was happening, we decided to go with a container.
Yeah.
And we're so happy that we did, because I mean, it was so bad, and the people them really did need the things.
Yeah, definitely. Have you seen what changes have you seen since October 28th, or you haven't
Okay,
seen?
I'm happy you asked me that. So personally, I believe that the people have moved away from wanting food because you have persons that say, listen, I don't need a bag, all I need is a stove and I don't need no food. I just need a stove and a bottle and some water, a case of water. You have
Mm,
people that say, I don't need any mattress, I just need this. So what I gather is that we have moved away from that emergency need of food and water and bed to now rebuilding.
mm.
Yeah. Because even on social media, you see people, oh, me no want a more pad. Me no
Yes.
want, like people are actually refusing things,
Yeah, yeah,
you know? And so
yeah.
I genuinely wouldn't even bring food back down there if I was to go back and make another trip. It would be lumber and stuff like that. It would definitely would not be food or mattress or anything like that.
Right, because now we're at the rebuilding stage of it.
Yes, yes.
So, on the construction said, does everyone qualify for these loans? The loans we were talking about, how, what is
Okay,
the process of the
so you
qualification?
so you have to contribute to the trust, which is the
Okay,
National Housing Trust, in
okay.
order to get that. However, the government have a caveat. They said that if you have a family member who
Mm,
contributes to the trust and
mm.
that family member is willing to make the application on your behalf, then you can get the funding.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
like that. I may have to talk to you outside of this to understand how to contribute to that that fund. Again, because when things like these happen, everybody's scrambling to get cash and to send it and all of these other things. So knowing that you can contribute as a family member to a housing trust is really monumental.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
love that. I definitely love that. So where do we go from here? Like what's a message that you want to say to your people in Jamaica?
Well, I do not like the bashing of the
Okay.
government. I don't like it. I don't like it because we're getting international attention.
Mm,
And if the international bodies feel that the the country or the people do not have confidence in their leader, the the way how aid will be given, it will be going through an NGO, and it will be so tied to the World Bank, and it will be so hard to get the help that we need. And I
okay.
don't think people understand the implication in
Mm.
doing things like that on the social media platform. So I would really love for us to chill with the disrespect of the government, and we that's one. And two, I want the government to speed up the implementation of the different policies that they claim that they're drafting. It's taking too long.
Yeah.
It's now a month. We have a lot of brilliant attorneys that can draft these policies. I mean, it shouldn't take so long for you to be coming to tell us that all the monies that you collected, you have not used it yet. Like
Yeah.
that, we're supposed to give you a hand clap for that.
Mm.
The people need the aid. So I really do hope that they look at the bureaucracy and fix it so that the people can receive the aid in time that they need.
I love that. Again, us on the outside looking in, it frustrates us when we know that they're getting this stuff and they're getting this stuff, but we still are the immediacy that was happening is what everybody was looking at. folks weren't really concerned about, oh my God, y'all got this money, y'all just sitting on it. Like, we need help now, 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 now. And a lot of people are saying that they're basically waiting for the Romishas to stop, or the Sean Paul to stop, and the Shaggy
No,
to stop.
no, that is just loose talk, because
Okay.
that the government cannot um look at what other people are doing to say, well, we're not giving because Ramesh give. No, that's not the
Mm,
case. It looks
okay.
like that because the government is not highlighting everything. Now,
Right.
people
Right.
are saying the government is not doing anything, but they are actually doing a lot. If you look at JCF, JDF, the US military, all of those drops and transportation and all of that is the government that is doing it, you know? So we, again, I'm saying that we need to just rally around the government, give them the support that they need, easy with the disrespect, and try and everybody try and be honest with their neighbors. Stop trying to rob and do other things in times of need. Like, we
Yeah.
just need to cut that out and
Yeah.
just be respectful and just let the process flow.
Definitely. Venice, I wanna thank you so much for accepting to have this conversation today. Like I said, when I saw the article, I was like, oh my God, I need to talk to her, because this conversation is necessary. And thank you for being so open and honest about what needs to happen, what's happening, and where we go in the future, in regards to this natural disaster that happened in Jamaica. Can you please just give folks your law firm information, if you have a social media and all of those things?
Sure. Okay, so my law firm name is Lewis Smith Williams and Company. We are located in Kingston proper, close to the National Stadium. I specialize in real estate. So if you're buying or selling or want to transfer property, if somebody die and you want to remove the person from title, or your grandmother leave a will or don't leave a will, or whoever dead, whatever, I do all of that. I represent corporate Jamaica, real estate companies and banks, for mortgages and also development, sale of properties. So I always have property selling. Um, and I also write for the Observer. I write for the Jamaica Observer. And yeah.
I love it. I love it. Venice, again, thank you so much for being here. I truly, truly, truly appreciate this conversation. And before you go, just I like to ask everybody to leave us with something positive. So can you leave us with something positive?
Sure. Live, laugh, love. Um, it makes no sense to worry about tomorrow when we have today. And you should ensure that you be your brother's keeper and that you love your neighbors as you love yourself.
And don't forget travel. Tell them. Tell them.
Yes, and you should travel. You should travel. Don't live life through somebody's page. Take the plane.
And go see for yourself. And go
Yes.
see for yourself. Oh, did you give your phone number? Give the phone number for your the law
Okay.
firm.
So it's 876 922 4666. 876 922 4666.
Thank you. Thank you so much
And
again,
my
Venice.
email is V as in Victor Williams. That's WILLIAMS at L as in Larry, S as in Sam, W as in whiskey, legal.com. V
I love
Williams at lswlegal.com.
I love it. Venice, thank you so much. Thank you, thank
Okay.
you, thank you. I definitely appreciate this conversation, and I will be posting some clips on social media so people can get a broader perspective of everything that you said, and continue writing and continue just being great. Okay?
Thank you.
right
Have
there.
a
Take care.
bye.
You too. You too. Yeah, with the fix, Michelle G. That was attorney at law Venice Williams.
Yeah. Rise again, we rise again, yeah. Oh, wow. Straight. Rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. I'm here stay know as I got represent for Michelleg G. You see, pre. Rise again, yeah. Oh, wow. Straight. Rise again, we rise again, yeah. Man. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. From you got life, there's hope, yes. One door closed, one open. We smile in the face of adversities. We'll show them. We know pain and sorrow might cry for today, but we all know defeat is not an option. Give up, don't fit the program. I know there's always tomorrow. And no cost life, no cost none. When it's all said and all done, one thing for sure, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, 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 we rise again, yeah. Yeah. I try to stay strong but broken. I feel stay firm like a mountain. With all that we face, we still got we faith. And going. I might be down for the moment, but my strength and resolve is no doubting. Always looking for the better days, as I know blessings keep flowing. There's always tomorrow, and no cost life, no cost none. When it's all said and all done, one thing for sure, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again, yeah. We rise again, we rise again.
Bless this island, you know. One jam down. Watch this. Jamaica, 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 girl, I know we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, girl, I know we love. My island, rich culture and vibrant. Walk one man, middle tech sobre and carnival. Big sons shook up in a land and domino game just start, man. And with beaches, them full up a pure white sand. Happy take our shop in the rivers, them. World shaker, big up the creator. It's a celebration when you're in Jamaica, yeah. See how the many people we are one. Divided weak but united we're strong. And together we can make the changes. Or we can stop with one jam down. We are the highest thing, watch real difference. Small island with big influence. Reggae music is our real defense. Red, gold and green and we listen. Foundation, we are leave them for later. We have Port and Shelly and Fraser. Happy shout out, they want a rapper. Number one, anything we go offer. We give them all the boy in a football. Shorty man, come here, Rick Mall. This deal just not down 6 more. More than semi-well shot top core. In a music, we give them that is from Sister Nancy, Master Gifford, show me like a full of platinum money. See how the many people we are one. Divided weak but united we're strong. And together we can make the changes. Together we can make the changes. See how the many people we are one. Divided weak but united we're strong. And together we can make the changes. Or we can stop it.
Maybe it's the trees or the cool, cool breeze keeps me coming here. Is it the riversides or the countrysides? No place can compare.
But every time I go abroad, can't wait to come my yard. It's the people that love, oh yeah. When they underwater to fall, they stick to a reggae song. Let me show you where I'm from, oh yeah. Welcome to Jamaica, oh, feel the voice so nice, you touch down the breath of Jamaica, oh, your voice and now the sun down, yeah. There's some music in there, from the one there. You never wanna leave. Welcome to Jamaica, oh, Jamaica, oh. Baby, it's the beat that I'm feeling in my chest when I hear that music play. Baby, it's the mountains that tower over me. I just can't stay away. I swear every time you fly, one thing about my mind is the people and the vibes, oh yeah. When we dance tonight away, let me make the music play. Let me show you where I'm from, oh yeah. Welcome to Jamaica. Feel the voice so nice, you touch down the Jamaica. Your voice so nice, you touch down. There's some music in there from the frontier. You never wanna leave. Welcome to Jamaica. Jamaica. Quiero pa' atrás en mi cama. Como chacana. Me pongo de la mejor marica. Por eso le tiré a mi pana. Yo me voy de aquí, yo me voy pa' Jamaica. Jamaica. Que yo me voy de aquí, yo me voy pa' Jamaica.
Where you want? Where you want? Yo, Joe, when we have the best trees, yeah. Fly Randy with the besties, them. Kingston, Jamaica, got the hot rubber blem. Shatter them, nigga, with the rapper pump fans. Car shot every day of the week. In a party, every girl say me need. Man a star boy, let me know how to do it. LV spray on, they want some of me. So all you want it.
Solo quería fumar.
So all you need it.
Soy que yo me quiero arrebatar.
So all you want it.
Si tú me invitas a mí.
So all you need it.
Si no, yo me compro un vuelo. Yo me voy de aquí, yo me voy pa' Jamaica. Jamaica. Que yo me voy de aquí, yo me voy pa' Jamaica. Quiero fumar,
Light up on the black car, we run Jamaica. Jamaica, we run Jamaica. Light up on the black car, we run Jamaica.
No matter where we go in this world, once we identify ourselves as Jamaicans, everybody get crazy. They all want to hear us chat some patois like Miss Lou. Hey, so let's wave the black, the green, and the gold. Jamaica, one people, oh, one country, oh, shades, bread and love. Everywhere we go. One people, oh, one country, oh, shades, bread and love. Everywhere we go. Nothing to me like New York. People are flying for the niceness. On the riverside, tropical bliss. I love how the kids them are play. I wish we could all be like children one day. Dancing and splashing and holding hands. No matter your color nor where you're from, you're welcome to vacate on my island. Cause out a minute we are one little sing now. Whoa, let me see you light it up. Whoa. We are diamonds in the rough, boy. Voices so loud can't be denied. Across the world, our lights still shine. Together we are one people, oh, one country, oh. Spreading love everywhere we go. One people, oh, one country, oh. Spreading love everywhere we go.
Meanwhile,
You're serious? Oh, I'm really serious. Tell me if you're serious. If I want you and my side man to be friends, and when you come home from work, the tree are with the on the end. What if I need you and my side man to be friends? Polygamy is a casual thing, but no worry, cause you are the main king. You're bright, keep your side piece happily undercover. You can't take fun, but you want to lover. One lay pipe like say you is a plumber. Me know you have a pencil, make sure you have a rubber. You are cheat, now you want with the meat. A rock of data, you want to need a free check her 5 times a week if she make you complete. But that's your secret to keep. Hey, what if I want you and my side man to be friends? And when you come home from work, the tree with the on the end. What if I need you and my side man to be friends? Polygamy is a casual thing, but no worry, because you are the main king. If I could have my way, man, I would live like the great King Solomon in modern day. I wish my wife and my sweetheart could be friends. And when we going on a date, you know, send me I bring the boat of them. I wish my wife and my sweetheart could be friends. And when they tree out with the road, there's no problem. You see my wifey, she a like my sidekick. And you see my sweetheart, don't call her no side chick. Imagine up in the house and we inside it. The possibilities of it happening sounds exciting, but to mention that a big trouble. So for a peaceful life, a girl is up to juggle. It would be nice if somebody's nice to tree and we are couple. But no one feel hear about that, no fear, you know the standard double. I wish my wife and my sweetheart could be friends. Mm-hmm. And when we going on a date, me I bring both of them. I wish my wife and my sweetheart could be friends. And when they tree out with the road, there's no problem. I'll top galleys all around the world. I'll top galleys. I'ma tell them straight. Yo, listen up, I am a gallus. Big girl don't love me for real, I am a gallus. With a capital G. Why you think I like the girl, them out the road, I'm a we. Whoa, I know the money, I know the car them we drive, I just style. That's why the money in our life. I'm a gallus for real, gallus with a capital G, Yo, listen up, can't alone. Now come, them must some money fun. Have them, man and them yard, but them willing to give him bun. And the general, them call for me, compete it like a drum. Satisfaction guaranteed, them know me never let them down. And no short sprint, no marathon when we are run. And them know them have to come before me come. Oh, la. Yeah, hear me now? I just say roots and herbs, we cool my nerves and lay that trouble. Roots and herbs, we cool my nerves, they come where I trouble. Well, me I go be a daughter, must make a son. She tell me thanks and me say you're welcome. And I'm a roots and herbs, cool my nerves, they come where I trouble. Hey, see I wonder how my skills so, rust how you build so. Where you are work with, I know it feels so. Me not for honey, not for lick, me not for pill you. I just me energy naturally that I thrill you. Aim for the target, I never miss. Running on a pissin' at this. Me up on high palace under me roots and herbs. Cool my nerves, lay that trouble. Boy, roots and herbs, cool my nerves. Watch how you go bubble. Hey, go be a daughter, must make a son. She tell me thanks and me say you're welcome. And I'm my roots and herbs, cool my nerves, they come more of trouble. Bad boy you are, bad boy, what you gonna do? The way you look at me, I wanna put it on you. You are my G, don't be satisfy me. Rejuvenate myself, them like a IV. Me start out your Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Then me computer, you want me IT. Girl, I try to take a place, she brighty. I only wanna you and wanna me. Oh, strictly roots and herbs, we come my nerves and lay that trouble.
No one
Hold my hand, watch where I go bubble. Me I go, me I go, and if I catch the no more muscle, I just say roots. I'm behind us.
you ready? Ooh, you got a hold on me. I'm the kind nobody the way you give me from the end of my life. Everything you thought I'm not you got a hold on me. I'm the kind nobody the way you give me your love is sweet like honey. Don't know the time
You got love that's perfect for everyone. Told me that you break my heart, 'cause you took it for me by far. Oh, but here we are still going strong, strong. Oh, na, you got a hold on me. I'm the kind that nobody the way you give me from the end of the night. Everything you thought I'm not.
Yo, there's nothing like music, okay? If hi Rizzo, if you're not a musical fan, what are you doing with your life? Like, what are you doing with your life? I'm Michelle G. I'm in the building, streaming live on getwiththefix.net, Blaze Radio, Mighty Mix, Majestic Coffee, Metric, Jano TV, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Apple, TuneIn app, all over the place. We're streaming right now. It's Wednesday. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock in the US. It is 9 o'clock other places, midnight other places. You know, it's always crazy to wonder how the world is set up like that. Like, how is it one time here, another time someplace else, and all of that? But that's how the world functions. That's how the world functions. So I just had a great interview with Venice, um, an attorney at law in Jamaica, talking about the aid that folks want now, and she made some great points tonight. I'm gonna definitely repost some of it. It's a rough time. Christmas is almost here. Today's the third. We're what, 22 days away from Christmas. So continue to donate to folks in Jamaica. I saw somebody said make sure that your family is good first before you start giving to other people, which is very important and very relevant. Always make sure, when you take a plane, the first thing they say to you is put on your oxygen first, right? Make sure you can breathe before you make somebody else breathe, right? So just make sure that your oxygen mask is on first. In anything in life, as a matter of fact, in anything in life, make sure you're breathing first before you're concerned about somebody else's breathing. Like, there's a saying, a Guyanese saying, don't give away your ribs, because then if you give away everything that you have, how are you going to live? Basically, is that what it's saying? But again, Christmas is coming up in 22 days. It will be Christmas, and of course, you guys know that I do the Christmas toy drive. I've started doing that last year. I think was the first year I started back, or the year before. And this year we are teaming up again with, let me get it right, on December 12th. I've teamed up with PS41 Francis White Elementary School in the Bronx, and we will be honoring 21 students' wish list. I got the wish list today. They're all in my Amazon cart, and I'm so excited. December 12th, that is next Friday, I will be heading over to the Bronx to give out the kids' wish list. If you want to donate, feel free. It's $15 per student. I would like to add 30. I have 21 so far. I would like to add 30. But if I can't, I can't. But we are doing that. And shout out to Keisha Martin, who is the person that got me connected to the school. I saw the video where she put up with the kids and she was singing with them. Keisha Martin does a lot in the schools. And she is an artist as well. And she does a lot of giving back with her voice in the school and teaching the kids how to sing and all of those things. And she put up the video and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was God. It was God sending her to put that video up on Instagram. And I'm like, I would like to donate to the kids in the classroom, and she made it happen for me. So this next Friday, maybe February. Why are we in February? December 12th, I will be heading over to the Bronx. I've never done anything with a school in the US, so this will be have I think I might have earlier in Michelle's foundation years, maybe. But I've never done a school in New York. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm so excited. I'm ready to see the kids and the laughter and the joy on their faces. So again, if you would like to donate, we're doing $15 per student because, things are expensive. Nothing is cheap these days. So I decided to do $15 per student. I have 21 students so far. All of their items are in my Amazon cart and will be purchased for them. So if you want to donate, it's $15. A lot of us do more with $15. We spend like $30 or $40 a day on lunch. But again, you don't have to. I'm just making this suggestion because I know everyone have their own families and all of those things. So if you would like to bless another child that is not in your home or not in your family, let me know. Let me know. And then January 9th, I am heading over to Connecticut for the Working Girl label and single release launch party. Performing live will be Vanessa Bling and IKEA, as well as Frostman Billy in Hartford, Connecticut. And Get With The Fix is media for that day. I have decided that for the new year, I'm going to get back outside. I'm going to get back outside for the new year. I feel like I need to get back outside a little bit, mix and mingle with the folks. So January night will be my first mixing and mingle outside with the folks. And shout out to Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey brought their event over to New Jersey this past Sunday. And amazing event, amazing venue. They said that this is one of the best venues they've ever had over here in New Jersey. It was in Jersey City. Shout out to them for bringing it to New Jersey, and maybe it'll be a year-to-year thing. And I am also partnering up with them to do. I've purchased all of my stuff to send to Jamaica already for them, and of course they're partner up with me for the back to school drive as well. So shout out to them. I feel like we're living in an age of networking. It's important to network at this point. It's important for us in the community, in the Caribbean community, to get together and start to help each other. We could do so much tearing down. Tearing somebody down is like the easiest thing to do. Like 1, 2, and you try to tear somebody down, but getting together and building with each other and making the world a better place is a part of our culture. It's a part of our culture, and a lot of us have lost that sense of what our culture means, of what being Caribbean means. So yeah, networking is important. So I've decided that I'm gonna be doing more networking, which everybody knows already. I network all the time. I'm always networking behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, wherever. I'm a networking kind of girl because relationships are definitely important when you are in a public space. Okay. If you don't know, let me tell you, it's important. If you have a business, if you're an artist, if you're whatever you're doing, again, I keep saying this every week and I'm going to continue to say it. Network open up your social media page. Your pages should not be private unless you're hiding from somebody. I don't know who you would be hiding from on a business page, but open up your social media pages so people can see what you have going on. Do some things different for the new year. For me, I always write down everything that I want to do for the new year, and then I seal it. And then on January 1st, I open it to see what I have accomplished from my list. There's not a lot of more things that I need to do. I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now at this point. We do have a big to do coming up in the new year, either January or February. Get with the Fix is involved with a big project, and that will be in the new year. You guys will see it and that type of stuff. Because again, I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I don't have a lot of conversations with people because I just don't. I'm just a very private person, and I do what I need to do behind the scenes. I don't need nobody trying to block my blessings. Not that you can, but you never know with people. You just never know. This Sunday is my son's 21st birthday. Yeah, the man is 21. I'm still amazed at that. I'm still amazed that I've raised someone to age 21, and he's fine. He's perfect. He's amazing. Don't tell him I said all that. If he's in the house, he's probably hearing me, but don't tell him I said that. But yeah, so his 21st birthday is this Sunday, and I'm so excited for him. This is a new chapter in his life. His brain will be a little different. His functioning will be a little different. We have our conversations will be a little different. I'll still be bro, which is cool. It's all right, because if I feel like, and a lot of my friends are saying, if your child calls you bro, it means that you guys have a great relationship. So I'll take it. I will take it. I'll take it and I will run with it. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into a few conversations. Oh my gosh, I left my book upstairs. I wanted to get into the Puff Daddy documentary. If anybody is in the house and hear me, please look in my book bag, the Get with the Fix book bag, and bring me that yellow book. I don't know if you guys watch. Not sure if you guys watch the Puff Daddy documentary that's out now on Netflix. It's number one, which was definitely expected. It was definitely expected to be number one. There's so much happening in that documentary. Oh my God. Like the betrayals, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy. It's 4 episodes. It brings you from when Puff Daddy was a child up until adulthood, up until all of these issues that he put himself in at this point. The drug problems, the women, the domestic violence, the conniving stories and all of that. There is a story in there with his former partner who actually started Bad Boy Record, and it is so sad. It is so sad that young man got Puff Daddy did I think he did what 65% of the company went to his mom, and the other 25 went to this young man. The other 35, I mean, went to this young man. And basically when because there was that what do you call it, that stampede that happened at one of the colleges in New York. He didn't want anybody to sue him, so what he did was put the company name in his mom and his partner, his friend who helped him start the company, and gave him that little bit amount of percentage. And basically over the years he came back and he asked this man back for the percentage. And the guy, I can't even remember his name, my book is upstairs. He said basically that was the worst decision of his life, because he gave back Puff the percentage that he gave him, and he tried to sue him afterwards, and the court basically told him that no, the time has ran out for you to sue him. So he ended up homeless and everything like that. He is one of the main characters in this documentary. Now, a lot of people aren't happy with the fact that 50 Cent did this documentary. A lot of people aren't happy with that because they're like, is the pot calling the kettle black, and another black man trying to bring down a black man, and all of these things, right? I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I could understand the issue of one black man trying to bring down another black man or whatever, but I feel like this is a story that needed to be told. I feel like people needed to see this side of this man that they idolize so much, and the tables often turn. Yes, the world is a circle. Yes, 50 Cent is not innocent, or whatever the case may be, but I feel like this is a story that we needed to see, and I hope that people are watching it with an objective view, and getting to understand what it is that the director, the young lady, and 50 Cent are trying to show us. Having power, when you feel that nobody could touch you, you're gonna do a lot of crazy things in this life, and it's a lesson to everybody else out there as well. Like, be careful of the things that you do to people, because this stuff is gonna come back to you at some point in your lifetime. They said that there's two things that's guaranteed in life: karma and debt. You guarantee them, right? So be careful of what it is that you do out here. But I urge you guys to watch it. Go to Netflix, look it up, watch it. And I want to have more conversations about it. Maybe I'll have some time next week or the following week to have some more conversations, because I left my book upstairs. I was taking notes. Like, I was legit watching this thing, taking notes, just because I wanted to make sure that I had the right information. But it's something that the public, I think, needed to see. It's like in the instance of Cassie saying this man was violating me and nobody believed it until they saw the video. And let me just say, that video, it's more graphic. It's more graphic in this documentary. Sorry, it's more graphic in this documentary. It's bad. It's really bad in the documentary. And you feel, if you don't feel anything for her, you're not human if you don't feel anything for her. But there are, I think they said there were 100 lawsuits that came against Puff Daddy throughout this process. And 77 or so of them are still pending right now, while he's spending 50 months in prison, with time served, of course. So, it's something to watch. And it's also something to watch when you have children, because Justin never left his side. Like, Justin was his ride or die throughout this whole process. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, are they gonna come after you next? Because he just was there with his father, or whatever the case may be. And one thing about Puff Daddy is like, and again, I go back to the power situation. When you have power, you think that you could get anything you want and all of that. So he would always go after his friends' girlfriends. The man was going after all the friends' girlfriends, all of them. And unfortunately, all of them fell in. Everybody fell into this man. That's how powerful they saw him, and how powerful he is as a mogul. I'm not sure what his life will look like when he comes out of jail, what that's gonna look like, but they are trying to get this documentary down from Netflix. They're trying to get rid of it. And 50 Cent and them was like, yeah, no, we're not moving it. Netflix is like, nope, we're not moving it. So again, guys, I urge you, go watch it. Go and watch it. It's very interesting. It's very, 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 very interesting to see. Okay. I am Michelle G. I have some other things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Definitely. Oh, let's have the Roblox conversation, because a lot of times, a lot of people have younger children who are addicted, let's say for lack of better words, to Roblox. So there are several lawsuits right now pending in regards to Roblox. They're saying that Roblox is facing multiple lawsuits due to concerns over child safety and the platform's design. The lawsuits allege that Roblox has failed to protect young users from online predators and has designed the platform to be addictive, which can lead to mental health issues and addiction. The lawsuits also claim that Roblox has been unacceptably slow to implement age verification protocols and effective parental control. Parents are increasingly turning to legal action to address issues such as predatory behavior, cyberbullying, and unauthorized financial transactions on the platform. I always hear parents saying that they look at their bills and the kids charge hundreds of dollars on Roblox. So Roblox is like they're not verifying how these kids are paying for this stuff. They just get a credit card. The credit card is on there, and they just go ahead and approve the payment. It's like sometimes when you now some banks and all of that kind of stuff, you have to give them a passcode. So the passcode will go to your phone, and that's how you get access to a lot of things. Roblox is not doing that. So the parents are now suing Roblox. There's two parents right now suing Roblox. One mother in Oklahoma, she's suing over child exploitation, where she says that her child met there was a 40-something-year-old man, I believe, who met her daughter on Roblox and tried to meet up with her. So Roblox is now being sued. I always say, when you have little people, please have parental control on those devices that they walk around with, that is attached to their hip, like they can't let go of it, and all of these other things. Have parental controls on them. It is essential for the safety of your children, because if you don't know, when you put certain things on social media, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere, it's going to be there. And I always give this story of where I remember a 6-year-old girl did a TikTok, and she was in no clothing in the shower and didn't know that it was recording. And we fought and fought and fought to get it down, and it never came down. Okay, so be very mindful of what your kids are doing with those cell phones and the iPads and all of the electronic devices that they have. Also, I wanted to talk about this young lady, this Jankro trifling girl, who I posted the video, I think yesterday, who received life in prison for taking a life. Is the headlines are: the jealous ex-girlfriend gets life sentence after traveling across states to kill ex's new woman. A New York woman received a life sentence in prison for traveling across the country to get revenge on her ex's new girlfriend. Prosecutor says that Sakina Thompson traveled down to South Florida from New York with the intention of killing Kayla Hodgson in July of 2022. According to NBC Miami, the 31-year-old woman arrived at Hodgkin's apartment at 5 a.m. to confront her about dating her ex. The issue then escalated, and the jealous ex stabbed the 22-year-old unsuspecting woman to death. Thompson was charged with first-degree murder, for which she was later convicted by a juror this October. A Florida judge then delivered the lifetime sentence to the woman. Ahead of her sentence, and multiple loved ones of Hodgson's spoke about her killing. A cousin referred to Thompson as wicked for taking Hodgson's life, seemingly because the boyfriend had moved on. What she did was wicked and evil, and a person like her, it's important they never see the light of day again, says Hodgson's cousin, Melanie John. However, Thompson's defense team previously argued that the ex-girlfriend committed the act in self-defense. They claimed that Hodgson actually struck Thompson first, cutting her stomach while she was pregnant at the time. Thompson stated that she blacked out during the confrontation and did not remember killing the woman. Her team also deemed the fatal stabbing as not premeditated. Despite this, prosecutors shared that Thompson arrived at the hotel incognito wearing a hat and a mask, a face mask, under used during COVID-19 pandemic. She also reportedly used a fake Uber account to get to Ash Hoskins' place. However, Hodgson's, why I keep calling the girl name wrong? Hodgson's family called out Thompson's story, calling it a crock of garbage to evade accountability. How about the audacity of you to come up with this, understand, and waste taxpayer dollars and tell a crock of garbage to everyone about your blacked out reasoning, said another relative. After the jury deliberated for just 1 hour, they found her guilty of first degree murder, and now Hoskins' family believes that justice has been served on behalf of their slain loved one. I feel like I can finally start some type of healing, said another cousin, Alyssa Mitchell. It will never be the same. We will forever miss her. The way she died, it will never really sit right with us. At least the person responsible is being held accountable. I want to know, right? Cause I've never been in a jealous rage over no man to go cause somebody else harm. I've never been that girl, and I will never ever in life be that girl. I will leave him alone. What is so hard to leave these men alone? What is so hard to be like, okay, he moved on. All right, let me move on with my life, and life goes on. She took a young lady's life because this man moved on to this young lady. She took her life. She took her life. Man cannot be your salvation. Like God is your salvation, your light and your salvation. Man should not. And this goes for the fellas too. Women should not be your light and your salvation. Don't make no girl out here having you causing harm to anybody because of her. Okay? Just stop all of this foolishness and grow up and realize that people, and not everybody that comes into your life means that they will be there forever. You have to learn to move the hell on. Just move on and not cause people harm. So for anybody else, any young woman or whatever out there who watched that verdict read yesterday, I hope y'all paid attention and realized that you will be going to jail for life. And if that state had the death penalty, I'm sure they would have given it to her as well. Be careful with yourselves. Be careful with yourselves. The man moved on. He didn't want you. And here you are causing harm to somebody else. And are you going to have him? No. You ain't gonna have him. He gone. No. Okay. So yeah. So justice was served. And she got life in prison after an hour. The jurors deliberated for an hour. 1 hour. And say, yeah, girl, you gotta go. You're a danger. You gotta get off the streets. Yeah. So she gone. She gone. Okay? Okay. Get it together, people. I swear. Get it together. Please. I beg of y'all. Please get it together. Do not let anybody make you lose your freedom. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Now, I saw an article that says that there are 6 stages to marriage. Okay. There's the honeymoon, the reality, the frustration, the growth, the true love, and the legacy. And it is saying that couples are not surviving past stage 3, which is the frustration stage. That's what people saying. People saying that y'all are just like, okay, I frustrated with you, you frustrated with me, and life goes on. You know, we're not gonna go forward. We're done. We done. So that's what the study is now saying. I thought when you got married for life. No? Like I thought that when you get married, you're marrying your best friend. No? I guess not. Okay. So I also found this thing that says that the top 10 death threats that women send. And it says text messages that they would send to you. It says, have fun. It's all good. No worries. Excuse me? Do you? I just think it's funny how. Do you want? Why would I be mad? Oh, okay. And you know what? Those are the top 10 death threats of messages that women send. So, fellas, beware. When you see those messages, please ask your lady, what is wrong? Can we talk about it? Where are you? Let me come meet you. Let's have a conversation. Okay. Now, the 5 worst text messages that men send are you up? K. Just the letter K. Send pics. You're different. Sorry, I fell asleep. A lot of times, the sorry I fell asleep means that there's somebody else around. It's a lie. It's a lie. The your difference is them trying to tell you, act like they're not douchebags. You know that 2 week they'll show you their nice side and then they become who they are? Yeah. The send pics. Now, fellas, let's talk about the sending of pics. Pics come from women who like you. If we like you, we send you pics. If we don't like you, you will not be getting any pictures. Okay? Okay. And the K word. Why are you communicating by saying the word K? Talk. Let's talk. And y'all already know what the you up is. He might be coming from the club or something like that. And he like, you up? Are you up? You up? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Try that. Me no know who she give to, but me hear say she give to. Natalie say, she said she give to. True. It's a good thing my name for. I'm almost believe it. No mistake say, need it agreement. So I'll when you're ten man, me a feel believe. You never ask them fi watch your body fi me that me a tell them. All when them say this man got it, guess who makes sense? Can everybody still feel right? Me feel like say me taking heaven, yeah. Even the girl them watch up for me too. I guess them just a try to find a way to give me too. No for them just want to climb up on the pinnacle. Them just want to that me the child them want to pin it too. Them say that every man you give it to. When them see your body, them a see me too. When them a watch and chat, you not a thing it do to me. Come in and listen, me now left you all pain. You have 10 man, me a feel believe. You never ask them fi watch your body fi me that me a tell them. All when them say 6 man got it, guess who makes 7? Can everybody still feel nice but feel like say me taking heaven, yeah.
Some man run some joke from what they do. Right now a different thing me they are playing. You know them joke. Tell me about my mother joke, me no run that. No farmer found a joke, me no run that. Joke, we no run that. We gun that. We not work with that. We not like that style. Me no want that profile. Funny money a run, me no want that style. Hope you a work, we not like that. We not like that style. Big man, you should not touch it up in line. They joke you a run. So we are no fun, so mine we go for the chorus, right? Don't come around us. If you know you're not straight, don't try grounds out, man, cause you will get eliminated.
Take me higher, higher, higher. More time is frustrating. How you deal with the grades is degrading. How we know intoxicated, no. Just you a split here. You want a queen of jail. But when it legalized, will your charges appear? 7 days are a fine, but the evidence couldn't find. No, you want me spend the time, I pay the fine. I'm a want you to give me back mine. Give me my herbs, my skunk, my lungs, spread my sense of me. My herbs, it's a triple OG, good sour diesel me need. My oh, peppermint leaf of life, my certificates are my herbs. Oh, no, give me back my herbs. Boy, Mr. Man, oh, listen me. On every level, me depending it. You want the knowledge, me will let you it. If you believe in a medicine, it's a plant full of no health benefits. Alright then, if you read in your Bible, look good, you will see it in a Genesis. Babylon and the plants, them are nemesis. But me and the herbs are no enemies.
I make it. Some say we not come out to none good, but look at us now. Look at us now. Some of them are tell life away, and I'll set up people for you to it. But look at us now. We are still around. Dirty heart. Tired for see we. Tired for see we. All who no like we tell you all of them shut up. Shut up. Tired for see we. Tired for see we. God love we already, so no get cut off. Cut off. Them sit down for we name like market. Every day we name a them target. Them a chat how we dress and a watch who we power with. Envy print on them forehead. Them all pass the mark, so we too flap. Them say them get too youth and get too hot. When we clean and come out, them not like that. My team a run the streets, tell them fight that. Them a got tired for see we. Tired for see we. All who no like we tell you all of them shut off. Shut off. Them a got tired for see we. Tired for see we. God love we already, so we don't get cut off. Cut off.
Smart it. I'm telling you, for us to love yourself. I mean, value yourself, think highly of yourself. You're very important. Hashtag, I'm a big deal. VIP, you're my friend, I'm a VIP. Ask anybody boy. I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals. Very, very, very important. For real. This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about self-worth. So big up your chest and stand proud and don't matter about nobody, no man no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, if you're white or black lighter, no feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on no one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal. I'm a big tell you. Yeah, we're kinda important. Okay. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. Believe me, my friends are some big deals. Okay. Very, very, very important. For very. For real.
Michelle G. I am out of the building in what? 4 minutes, 6 minutes. DJ G is up. DJ G is up in a little bit. I remember, guys, January 9th, we are going to Connecticut for IKEA, Vanessa Bling, and Frasman. Really? Yeah, with the fix is media.
Just love me like you miss me. Make me speak in a tongue like a gypsy. Oh, what a boy, yeah. You know the deal it. Body on the right fit. Bet you never buck off from figure so frisky. Any position you want to twist me, you never convince me. Oh, I like a conversation, I like a confrontation. Need you call it desperation. Oh,
It's like the best vacation, keep my common destination. Entertain the nosy neighbor. All I gotta hear is I can't sit down and be good. I know you love it when me slap you with the bat. You punish me with pleasure, you're the best I ever felt. Kiss me soft, make me sheep it. Turn your own out, turn your own. Inna the yard, inna the grass, like me at the garden.
I see you on me all the time. See me in your phone up all the time. Anytime we call, you know what time it is.
We go.
Can call me whenever. If you know that there's no sex that's better. No. Conversation, not like a confrontation. Need you call it desperation.
It's like the best vacation, keep my common destination. Entertain the nosy neighbor. Gonna hear think what?
Why my life is in my
Oh,
I always end up in some situation. Pressure sheet over my identification. Make me trouble my relation. It's a crazy situation. I find myself a fucking nigga. Can't show no obligation. Stipulation. It's none of them can live in justification. The two of them in the past. The explanation, hard conversations. Women don't believe, but can they feel? Telling one about the next one. I'm gonna really want to live one. Cause together them a perfection and apart and these don't make one. You see the predicament. They just say they want to wanna be a deterrent. But not like you. Being given sick of them. No wish me could that explain it. How we make them understand. And not like we need another man. But it's perfect when we act as one. I did wanna only get in on no feelings. Me, I go head up with a man. No shame, you know me get down factual. Broke there. We need a chance to call upon. I don't care. Wanna only really should I leave. I mean, no, I end up with no half a man.
Michelle, like I said, January 9th, we are heading over to Connecticut for these two beautiful women.
Somebody get fucked on.
Oh, sorry.
Them not spend pound, them woman. Oh, you say you're rich, and your girl broke. When your body stiff, who you walk a fuck? Me a chick me with bumbo clad cuss. Yeah, rich mean man, them are the worst. Oh, you mean? You have every Louis V and she a wear sheen. Coming like you hate your woman, I key. Say you have fame and power. Put a fire when you want, pull your zip and think it Irie. Pussy don't free. I'm no non-profit, I'm in no run charity. Imagine if you breed, OMG. Better come good if you want there with me. Oh, miss a mean, man, stop it, stop. Watch money, cause your argument too much your pocket. Oh, you want stability, God forbid if me give it away, make a next man have it. Cause me a one girl when him can't style up. Spend my money on the things I love. Hey, man, stop it, me a hot to be. Cause this a body a hit a black traffic.
but I like. Yo, head concussion. Hey, Russian. You know what I get them horse. Really. Out on the port, I'm a mature bricks. We are the big ball of them like Kobe. More I know you, baby, if you know my action, just do it.
I'm Michelle G. I'm out the building. DJ G is up right now here on Get With The Fix. Bye.
Yeah, twinkle, precious. Since I mean with your money, me I mean with my. Can out a rich man get a bigger Benz. We keep
Girl, I need evidence. Don't give up. I'm a Gen Z, Jezebel. Yeah, shine. Big and bossy. Nothing not talk. Me can dip in my purse, I'm not dip it there, so me can make a walk. Oh, me feel want be a next girl want to them. Yeah. Some galley I too. Bread. Sit down and chat and sauce and tell her wait for hand out and do it themselves. Yeah, one girl independent. No man can't style me, girl fi have sense. Can't make a work this boy get my good nookie much less get call or text. This year me a me short.
Edited by Touchstone.
Yeah, with the fix. Michelle G.
Big and bossy.
Not take no time.
Me can dip in my purse, I'm not dip it there, so me can make a walk.
Oh, me if you want be a next girl want to them. Yeah, some guy I too got bread. Sing on
chat and sauce and tell her wait for hand out and do it themselves.
Me a one girl independent. No boy can.
Me girl fi have sense. Can't make a work this boy get
my good nookie.
Much less get call or text.
This year me a wish us.
Y'all a lead on. This time I see no.
Every goes good.
Y'all just scream on.
This year we a wish us. Y'all a lead on.
The clothes, every good girl just scream on. One thing for sure now, me no need a man. Every night I want meal me sleep on. A house well furnished, no cafe in my song. Real up fella, yeah me have ambition. Some girl can't multiply if you subtract the man. Me step in my life, better be a addition. The thing in your pants a real addiction. But me nah be no idiot girl. Kawa, I'm a little off feisty. Attitude stinks and a bother try to me. Me rather buy out the whole store. Run me what? Excuse my French, I'm a real upset. Me a 50 girl make man trick them. Invest in yourself, pull your one business up. Theater say, this year me a me short. All of the girls them a